So it is my pleasure to introduce my friend Desiree Rogers. We were just together in Chicago a few days ago this week. She was moderating a book talk. Desiree is currently the co-owner and CEO of Black Opal, which owns Fashion Fair and Black Opal Beauty, which markets cosmetics and skincare to multicultural audiences. These brands are more than makeup companies. They are part of history, with Fashion Fair redefining what it means to celebrate Black beauty. She will be joined in conversation with Nia-Malika Henderson of Bloomberg Opinion, who you may also know from her time as a CNN anchor. Please welcome Desiree and Nia-Malika.
Hello, everyone. It's so great to see so many beautiful, brilliant Black women in the audience today. And here I am with Desiree Rogers. And I was thinking, Desiree, I think the last time we were together, I interviewed you when I was at Politico, and you were the White House Social Secretary. That was in 2009. And it's so great to see you here again. Fascinated by this journey, and that you landed at Fashion Fair before you were obviously at Ebony Magazine. And we were talking about how this is a classic brand. The first makeup I ever wore was Fashion Fair. So talk to me about this journey. Talk to me about the business of Fashion Fair in Black beauty.
Sure. So I am so delighted to be here and see all of you back in DC. So thank you for having me. That's the first thing. The journey has been a journey. When I left the White House, I really thought long and hard about what I wanted to do next. I learned so much during my time there, but one of the things that the President and First Lady inspired me to do is to really think about how I might be able to give back to my own community. I had spent so much time in corporate, and then I came to do this government job. And so that's really, I made a pledge to myself that I was good enough, I was smart enough, I was experienced enough to really turn my eye towards my own community and give it a shot. Sometimes we ask ourselves so many times, I don't want to fail my community. Can I do it? Will I be able to do it? And I just said, I'm going to just try it. And so I went to work for the Johnsons, and certainly New Fashion Fair was my first cosmetics as well that my mother would allow me to wear. And so I just was able to work side by side with women that were behind the counters and talk to so many Black women about their look, their beauty, their confidence, their insecurities. And I just thought, wow, if I ever had the chance to kind of put those things together and be able to be with Black women and women of color all the time, talking about all kinds of things, then I'm going to try to do it. And so I left Johnson Publishing after 6 years and began my search to buy a company.
So what do you think sort of the state of Black beauty is now? It feels like there are a lot of people who want to be in this space. Some of them are famous people. Where are we culturally and economically in that space?
I love this question, and I love talking about this question. It's not great. I mean, I think that we spend so much money on cosmetics, whether it's hair care, nails, makeup, lipstick, skincare. We are at the top of the heap, yet when we look at the numbers, only 2.5% of the purchases that we make are with Black-owned companies. Even though the research says we want to buy from Black-owned companies, we're not doing it. And that's really kind of, a shame. Just in the last month, 2 beauty companies went out of business, Minted and Beauty Bakery. You may know them, but it's 10 to 15 years of work by women that look like us. And the reason they went out of business is because we did not support them. Okay? And the reason you say, why aren't there items on the shelves? Why are they in the back? I mean, it's competitive. And you're right. There's a lot of celebrities out there that are launching brands. I'm all for everyone doing what they want to do, but let's make certain that work is done. Was the testing done? How are these products performing? Because we're a people, you know us, we run to that next shiny thing. Ooh, it's so-and-so, it must be good. Well, is it or isn't it? Do your research. And so what happens, they're in the marketplace for a period of time and then they're out of the marketplace. Meanwhile, there goes Minted in Beauty Bakery, because there's only so much money we're going to spread around, right? And so when people ask me about fashion fair, they're like, why should I even consider fashion fair as part of my purchase, Desiree Rogers, given I have this one and that one? Now, some of the big ones that you know of, you may think they're owned by Black people, but they are not. So do your research if, in fact, you want to support Black brands. Why should you buy or think about fashion fair? Couple of reasons. Number one, we know what we're doing. We've done it for over 50 years, and we've improved all of the formulas based on the history that we have of our skin for the last 50 years. Products are vegan, they're natural ingredients. We work with a dermatologist. We work with Sam Fine. If you don't know who he is the master. He taught everyone. You may know Sir John because he did Beyonce. Well, guess who trained him? Sam Fine. Okay, he is the master. And so we didn't spare any expense in terms of development of the products, but we also want to create a space where we have opportunity to talk about what I'm calling hot topics, or topics that matter to us. The first one we're starting with is breast cancer. Why? Because Black women are getting breast cancer much earlier, pre-40 years old. In addition to that, it's killing them. And so 41% of the time we're dying more than our white counterparts. That's got to end. And so we will be partnering with American Cancer Society to create 100,000 Black women study so they can figure this out. Okay, we have to do this. And so it's more than just beauty, it's beauty inside and out. And so I'm a cancer survivor, so I'm a little bit selfish about wanting this thing to be eradicated. And so Fashion Fair is gonna take us to that next level of creating a safe space for us to be able to do these studies, to know where the trials are, and to come for information. So we're starting with health, but certainly finance is right behind that. Because we all need to know how to make some more money, save some money, and create legacy and wealth for our families.
I was reading an article about you, and one of the things that it mentioned was insecurities, that you have these insecurities, and I was shocked, right? I mean, you're Desiree Rogers, you have this fantastic resume, you're obviously incredibly fashionable and beautiful. And can you talk to me about what those insecurities were or are and how you work through them?
I think we all have insecurities. If we say we don't, then we're not really thinking about ourselves in a holistic way. And so, when I think about insecurities, I think it's not going to rule my life. I'm going to recognize that it's there. I'm going to do my best to create environments, relationships, opportunities for me to feel good about myself. If you surround yourself with people that don't make you feel good about yourself, you got to get rid of them. You got to lose them. Because life, I feel, is hard enough, particularly hard in this country for Black women. Even though they say it's the time for the Black woman and it's this and, yeah, right. Okay, you can wear your hair however you want. We're coming out, all this stuff. Look, I've seen all this before. That's all great. Where's the money? Where is the money? We're making 67 cents on the dollar. Okay, where's the money? So let's just be smart. Start with the money. Okay, let's just be smart about it. Let's put it, I'm gonna keep coming back to that Black owned, because those companies are taking care of us. They're hiring us, they're creating scholarships for us, they're mentoring us, they are creating, wealth for our communities. I mean, I live in Chicago now, and it's sad to see that all of those, mostly men, some women, Eunice Johnson, the amount of wealth they created and what they were able to do, those companies are gone. They're gone. And so, how do we create the next billion-dollar company that is owned by us truly and run by us truly? And we can do that. We just got to feel that power, not be insecure, You do the best you can. And part of it, I have a mask on today. I have my fashion fair. I'm ready for battle. I look good and I know it.
Facts. So can you give us any tips, fashion tips, beauty tips, money tips, any tips?
Girl, do I have tips? No. Listen, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And who is that beholder? That beholder is you. So every day I look in the mirror and I say, what do I want to look like today? It's not about somebody else. I got in trouble for that here in this town. It's like all of us are beautiful, but that comes from within. If you're constantly doubt, I wish I had this. I wish this is what you got. Let's work with that. Okay. Let's work with what we have. Okay. Let's stop trying to change it, Botox and this and that. Let's work with what we have and let's embrace that and let's be good with it. Let's be good with it. You have so many options, right? We have so many options. I look around the room, everyone's dressed in a different way. I'm sure you were like, put yourself together for this. Black women are hard on black women, okay? And so we're like, oh, I'm going and it's gonna be black women. Okay, let me pull out I can't just show up there. The hair needs to be done. Oh, I got a chip. Oh my. Oh, geez, Louise. And so we put so much pressure on ourselves. And so I think that we have to be freer with ourselves. We have to let the hair go. It doesn't have to be this and that. Let it go a little. It's okay. It is okay. And if someone doesn't like it, so what? Why do I care? This is my hair, these are my nails, I don't care. So that's the first step. Just care about what you think. And then that glow, that confidence, that feeling, people are going to be like, oh, what are you taking? What are you doing? You look great, And that's the other thing. Don't say, oh, no. Take it. Yes, I do. I know it and I do, because we're also very quick to be like, no. Girl, yes, I do look good today, don't I? I look amazing. I'm so happy today. And then the other thing is, in terms of beauty, just do your research, right? Don't be so quick to put everything on it's your face and your body. Read up on the ingredients. Be cautious. Don't just run to that, oh, I got to try this. It's your hair, your scalp. So be really cognizant of what you're putting on your body. And also, just does it look good to you? Because people will sell you something. I'm like, that is such the wrong color for her. Jeez, that's not fashion fair, is it? I hope not, And so, if you don't like it, chances are it's not right. Even if some quote unquote expert told you it was, because the other things that many times they don't know our skin and undertones. They've not studied that. Even Black people waiting on you. And so that's one thing that we're working on, but it's a long haul.
So what's your vision for the future of profession?
Listen, my business partner and I, another Black woman, our goal is really to try to create the largest cosmetics company in the world owned by Black people. I don't know if we'll make it. We need all of you to support. But just imagine if we had the next Estee Lauder, what we could do. Right now, only 4 to 5% of people in the beauty industry, including people that are waiting on you at Sephora, look like us. Yet, we disproportionately buy beauty. So if we all stood up and said, you know what? At least 20% of my bag is going to be Black, it would change the world. Do you hear me? Change the world. And look, it doesn't have to be fashion fair. It doesn't have to be Black Opal. Just support these companies, because otherwise we're not going to make it. It's super tough. Every day I'm like looking at the number. Oh my God, we only sold 2 lipsticks. Let me get over there and buy some. I mean, Mr. Johnson used to go and buy ebony himself, and buy all of them, just have on a hat and some glasses and buy all of them. Oh, so are they sold out? And so we need everyone to participate, and all for the right reasons, right? We deserve this wealth being invested back in us. And we cannot ask for that if we're not doing it ourselves, right? And we say, oh, that's 50 years old. And I said this to you earlier. How old do you think Gucci is? Are you Saint Laurent? Or Chanel? All these brands that we're running to buy. Because we like to adorn. We like to feel special. I got this, and my bag is that, and all this stuff. It's time to get off the plantation, people.
Preach. And it's available. Fashion Fair is available at Macy's.
Fashion Fair is available at select Sephora's, about 220 Sephora's. So you can easily go to fashionfair.com and locate us right there. Put your zip code in.
Get on
and
there
either
now.
Macy's or Sephora will come up. Yeah. Please follow us, Fashion Fair Cosmetics on Instagram. My Instagram is I am that Desiree.
Which is amazing. We're going to take questions from the audience. And I don't know if there's a mic. I don't know if there's a mic. Question right here. Come on, somebody has to have a question.
Y'all ain't got no questions.
Come on, y'all.
Really?
Come on. Is this one not working? I get just one back. Okay, yeah, one back here. Question. Yeah. Oh, right here. Let's go right here. Yeah.
Hi,
great.
how are you? Thank you so much for your presentation. I just texted my grandma and I was like, do you need anything from Fashion Fair? She's like, hold on, I'll get back to you. But let me ask you, I would love to, by the way, Jasmine Thomas, Microsoft. I would love to go back to the fashion shows. That was amazing to do with my mom and my grandma and my aunts. What's your vision for what's next?
Girl, we would love to do that. Will Microsoft sponsor us? Nice. Listen, we've already priced it out. We know how much it will cost.
Yeah.
We already started work on this, preliminary work. Imagine, hey, ex-designer, hey, Gucci, what is your vision of creating something for Mrs. Johnson? In her, here's what the shows look like. What can you give us? What ensemble can you create for us to all want to see? And so it is on our list, and like I said, everything takes cash. And so we would love to do that because it was a time for us to be seen and everyone dressed up for it. The one thing I would say, I'm so happy you text your grandmother, but we want you to, okay? So we want your sale too. And so this is not an old lady's makeup, okay? This is iconic, just like Gucci is iconic, okay?
Classic.
Or Chanel or classic.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is not old, it is vegan, it is all the formulas have been redone. If you experience that redness and orange that we used to have, gone. Fragrance, gone.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the things that the waxy feel of your lips, gone. Okay, all those negatives, gone. And so I can't say who's manufactured our lipsticks, but it's someone that charges about 3 times what we do. Same manufacturer out of Milan.
Nice, great. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Turned it on. There we go. I'm Gianna Bever with HP. I just wanted to say thank you first and foremost for how you were sharing beauty history on the Black Beauty Effect on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, it's phenomenal. So my question, it ties a little bit more into that legacy aspect. From looking at the Netflix show, for example, it speaks all the way to Topicals, which is a super relevant beauty brand. So I guess people like me now, how are you kind of embracing some of those new beauty entrepreneurs who look like us and who are doing really innovative things in new ways that are engaging not only Gen Z, but just other beauty customers as well? How are you continuing to share in that rich history that you're speaking to? Because I know how inspired I felt watching it and learning about how the legacy had transformed. How are we keeping that sharing of the experience of the legacy of the history going so that it really drives home how important it is to continue to invest in Black businesses?
Listen, there's room for all of us. There is room for all of us to be successful. And we want to be supportive of all of the brands that are created by people that look like us. It takes cash. Okay, and so people will say, oh, Fashion Fair, why aren't you advertising? You don't have enough ambassadors. Well, I don't see people talking about you. It's all the build. If I'm honest in this room, we put all of our money into the products. And so this year, we have to sell that. I was not interested in introducing a brand that I was not comfortable wearing myself, okay, that I wasn't gonna wear every day. And so we sought out the highest quality ingredients. We sat at the manufacturer and said, no, we are not using something that is developed for white people that were making chocolate. Start over. This doesn't work on our skin tones, okay? And so you gotta, and they were like, oh, this is really dark. Keep going, we need it darker. And it needs to work on our dark sisters, and our light sisters need to have a tone that doesn't make them orange, all right? They always want to make light-skinned Black people orange. We're not trying to be orange, okay? And so that's where we spent the last 2 years, and then getting distribution. It's no joke to get into Sephora. I want to stay there, but it's no joke. And so now we have hired a marketing team. They're in 9 months. But if you're following us, you should start to see a difference. You should start to see us appearing at places like this. You'll see me in store. I'll be like, hey, I'm in Atlanta, come see me. And so we've gotta continue to make that investment on that part now. So it's really all about the business. I'd love to hire, a gazillion ambassadors. We just hired 8. We're just working with Sephora Squad. So all of that's coming, but just know it's millions of dollars to get this done. Not 100,000, millions of dollars to get this done. And so we're trying to take it one step at a time, but I'm encouraged and I'm excited. And it starts with you guys spreading the word.
And buying the product.
Please.
Yeah. Thank you so much. This was so fantastic, Desiree. Good luck. We're going to support you. I'm going to go to Macy's and get some Fashion Fair.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I think there's one announcement. We are giving away a lipstick and a lip teaser. So stop by the table and pick up your free lip shaper and lipstick, and you will be able to experience the quality that I'm talking about.